Hey guys,
Hi, everybody.
just checking out some of the comments. Hey Sheila.
Hi, Azir. Happy Cuddle Conversation Day.
Yes, it's Tuesday, third Tuesday of the month. So Sheila and I are always here to answer any questions you guys have about cuddle. We're super excited today. We've got some fun topic to talk about, and we have a surprise guest that we're going to bring on in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. While we're waiting for people to join us, I see some of you are out there already. I wanted to give you guys an update. I promised you from the December one that if I finished my onesie, that I would take some pictures, but then December got away from me and I never got a chance to do it. So I made it. Actually finished it right after the live we did last month. And it's super cozy. It's got pockets. You guys obviously can't see the whole thing, but it's really nice. It's from 5 out of 4 patterns. She has a couple of onesies out there, and I cannot recall the name of this one, but I will link it on this video later. I hadn't linked it before because I didn't know if it was finished, if it was going to fit, and if we were going to like it. But I still don't know if I'm 100% a onesie person, but I will say it is super cozy and comfy. And this Cloud Cuddle, this is the Highland one, which I don't know if this exact print might not be available anymore. I think it has a different background, like maybe a greenish background instead of this white now. But the cows are super cute. Definitely recommend this pattern.
Okay, tell us really quickly. So you put a hood on yours. I didn't put a hood on mine. I had
the pattern had a hood. So the pattern had a hood, made it super simple.
Okay, yep. And then do you have, so you don't have cuffs on your wrist?
No, nope.
You have them on your ankles?
It had the option for cuffs, but I just used my Bernina Serger cover stitch to just quickly top stitch a cover stitch, a hem down. And I mean, it was very same thing with the legs. On the hem of the legs, I just turned it over and top stitched it down. Nice. With the cover stitch. So it has a little bit of stretch to it. Again, Cloud Cuddle doesn't have a ton of stretch, has a little bit, but that cover stitch gives it just about the same amount of stretch. It doesn't take anything away from it. But yeah, super cozy and comfy. I definitely think it's still wintertime. We're all getting big storms this weekend and everything else. So if you're interested in onesies, you can go back to last month and watch. Sheila was dressed in her onesie last month, and we can get cozy together.
Yeah. And we put on that blog post, it was during our 12 days of cuddle. On the blog post, there were several different patterns that I had tried a couple and other ambassadors had tried a couple. And I know that 5 out of 4 was linked on there. So it's our kind of our onesie roundup for adult sizes. I mean, everybody's always making stuff out of kid sizes, but we get to be cuddly too.
And this one has nice big pockets that, again, you guys can't see, but like holds your cell phone and all that. So we're golden. Nice. I have my real clothes underneath this, so I am going to take this off because I'm inside and it's hot in here. But I promised you guys, so I wanted to show you that before we did anything else. Just cleaning up from last time. The onesie was a success. So
I love it. You look great.
Okay. What are we supposed to be talking about today?
Well, we're supposed to be talking about Cuddle Club, but did we already ask people to post their questions in the comments and to share it to our socials? Because that's really important. And it's important because when you do that, you have a chance to win. And today, I believe we're giving away pre-cut yardage of Luxe Cuddle, right, Azir?
Yes. We're doing those 2-yard Luxe Cuddle pre-cuts. They're awesome. They're a great way for shops that don't have a ton of cuddle yardage already in their shops. They can get the pre-cuts, and so they can store the pre-cuts just around the shop. They can put them near the register, wherever, and people can grab them. It's really great because if you get 2 of those 2-yard pre-cuts, you just put them right sides together, stitch around, and you've got yourself a gorgeous 2-yard throw. We love those pre-cuts.
We love pre-cuts so much. And if you're a store that doesn't have, I mean, like maybe you're busy cutting other fabrics, it's a great way to offer Cuddle and then have it available to your customers without spending a lot of time or even getting any Cuddle dust over at the cutting tables. So they're great. They're like grab and go, words hard, grab and go, instant gratification, purchases. So they're super fun. If you're a store, you're going to want to get some Cuddle cuts for everybody to pick up. But share this to your socials. let your friends on social media know that we're doing this, because one of the things that we have found is that people always have questions about not only sewing Cuddle, but caring for Cuddle and ideas for different projects. So that's why we're here. We're having a conversation about all of those things once a month at least.
Yep.
Okay, I see Birdie. Hi, Birdie. I've met Birdie in person.
Yay. Okay, so why don't you answer her question really quick, and then we'll get into what Cuddle Club is.
Okay, so yes, Birdie, Cuddle Club is done by individual shops. So it's not something that we are doing. Although we would love to come to your store and kick off your Cuddle Club,
Yes.
or pop in for one of the Cuddle Club group meetings. But Cuddle Club is something that a shop can run completely on their own. So we've got a curriculum, we've got projects, we've got all of the things. We've got the, the cut things so you could make your own kits for the store. And then it gives your Cuddle enthusiasts a really cute project. I say it's really cute, a really cute project that they can make either as homework, or they can make it beforehand. But the stores run their own Cuddle Club. And so they can do it however they want, during the day, during the night, during the weekend, online. No rules, just all of the stuff that they need to make it work.
And I just saw that the post, the link was posted in the comments for how to sign up for Cuddle Club. Those are for shops, right? So shops would be signing up to join the Cuddle Club. Now, if you as an individual would love to have a Cuddle Club at your local shop, you need to talk to them, have them want to join in, or find a shop that does do Cuddle Club. So, right, Sheila? I mean, you can't just sign up as an individual, right?
Well, no, but an individual could approach their shop and say,
Yes,
hey, I'll lead you a Cuddle Club. And
absolutely.
I know that shop owners are so busy. So they might appreciate the offer. So if you're a Cuddle enthusiast and your shop has Cuddle in it, don't be shy. Ask them if you can lead the Cuddle Club time, because we've got the lesson plans already done for you. You don't have to come up with anything new. We've got it. So I'm super excited about that.
Just like we have our free patterns on the Shannon Fabrics site in the Learning Center, these will have patterns associated with them too. So all you have to do is just follow the instructions. Super easy. Like Sheila said, the projects are meant to be fun and something maybe a little different, but not super complicated. So it's a relatively new thing that we're launching. And so I don't know if we have a list of participating shops yet, Debbie, but we will eventually. I don't know. Well, you know what? Should we bring in our guest,
Let's
Sheila?
bring in our guest.
So we are going to we have a special guest today. We're very excited. We thought it'd be fun to bring in Ginger McLeod. She's our Shannon Fabrics education and events manager. We've been so excited to have her. So this is Ginger, everyone. Ginger, can we hear you?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Move. Yeah, there we go. I was like, I don't need to be the focus. She gets to be on the big screen today.
Oh no.
Hi, Ginger.
Hi, guys. It's so fun to be here with you.
We're so happy that you're here with us. And
so to be here.
I'll just say that it's been tons of fun working with you. And we, as ambassadors, are super excited about how you are organizing us and then providing opportunities for the world to become more cuddleized, as Arvin says.
Right.
Like we're doing it.
More cuddle enthusiasts out there.
Yes.
For sure. Yes. For sure. So Cuddle Club is a way that we can do that. So yes, this is a program for shops. So you get we're calling it 12 projects, but then you get like a bonus make and take. So if you're having shop hops or any of those kinds of fun activities, maybe you're celebrating your shop's anniversary or birthday party or something, then you can have a fun little extra something to do at that shop. So 12 monthly projects and then a bonus. Yes. So really you're getting 13 projects for all this fun stuff.
That is awesome. And so if shops want to sign up, then they contact Shannon Fabrics, and then the office will set them all up for Cuddle Club, and then we will disperse the projects. But it's kind of a secret. Like it's not, Cuddle Club isn't like, we just aren't putting the projects out there as like
Right. You have to be a part of Cuddle Club to get, or your shop has to be a part of Cuddle Club, I should say, to get these designs. Like maybe next year we'll release them on the website just for free, but for this year, they're exclusive to Cuddle Club.
Awesome.
So
That's so exciting. I like it. So tell us, how do you see Cuddle Club? Like, what does that look like when you think about Cuddle Club? What does it look like in the shop?
okay, so in the shop, it could be a couple of different things. So the shop could do it as like a lecture demo, right? So you come, you talk about Cuddle. They, maybe you have a little bit of a sell while you're there, and they just lecture and talk to you about how to do the project. Or you could do a total sit down, sew along, sew it all together. You could sew it at home. They could do it virtually. However, the shop feels like it's going to best fit them and their Cuddle lovers at their shop is how they can run that program.
I love
I
that.
love that. Ah,
I know it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
it is really exciting.
That's so fun. I see some of our regulars here, and it's really fun to see all of you guys. And I see that y'all are already planning on contacting your quilt shop to ask them to join.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a couple of them said they already did contact. So good
Oh,
job.
good.
I'm excited about it.
Get ready for those emails today, Ginger.
And they haven't even seen the projects yet.
I know. I'm excited to show everyone what the projects are.
I know. Me too. So should we talk about projects? Do you want
Yes.
to talk
Yeah,
about
so
projects?
we have the first few months like ready to go.
Yeah.
We're not going to show you everything because some of it's going to be fun surprises as you go along. But we
Right.
want to share some of the projects that are that you're going to get pretty quickly here.
Right. So our first month's project is this stunning bench pillow,
I
right?
love
With the 3 hearts on it. So at Shannon, right? We did it in this lovely pink. This is our Lux Cuddle Glacier Wood Rose, and then Rosewater and Wood Rose C3 on those pillows. Stunning.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then Shannon has the pillow insert that fits the same project.
With
And
dreamy pillows.
Yeah, those pillows are fantastic.
They're so lovely. So, and your shop, like maybe yours at your shop is in different colors. We want to see what else you guys do with it. I know Sheila has got one right there with her too. That's a really fun color.
That's my pillow form.
Sheila, I'm going to put you as the big square just so we can see.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Oh, these pillow forms.
Oh, it's so squishy.
It's like 36 inches long.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even get it in the frame.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so cute.
And I couldn't put it in the form, but I'm so excited about this because I need some seasonal things in my house. I haven't been, I'm just ready. I'm at that stage of life where I want to decorate seasonally. So I made it this morning. It doesn't take long to sew. And that's part of the goal with all these projects. They're beginner friendly or kind of instant gratification because we know that you don't have a lot of time, and it doesn't honestly take a lot of time to learn new techniques. Sometimes you just need a quick thing to get your technique down, and then you can take those skills and apply them to bigger projects. So that's part of what the Cuddle Club patterns are all about. But yeah, I'm excited that mine's red with my big hearts. And
which fabric did you use, Sheila? What is that red?
Oh, I used Encore. Encore is
love it.
Plush. I mean, can you see like my fingers lost in it?
I thought it was Encore. That's why I wanted to ask. I was like, it looks like Encore.
And this is something that kind of happens. So with Encore, when you put C3 on top of it, it kind of looks like your appliques are stuffed. So it's really great. But I love
like it puffs up a little bit almost.
Yeah.
It's stunning. So that's your first project, shops. And it's all done for you. Like we have the lesson plan, the pattern, like the cut list, everything that you need to kick that off. So that's project number 1.
So I love the idea of the cut list. So the cut list is great because your shop will have everything it needs for all these projects to actually kit these up if they wanted to, if they wanted to take it that far. They could just, hand everything to their customers and say, hey, come on, join this. But they could actually kit them up and sell them or something that way. Like they have everything they need for these patterns.
Absolutely. And you could use pre-cuts for this. Like there's just, so many fun things that you can do with this. Okay, so let's talk about month number 2. So, and remember shops, and customers, you can start this at any time. Just because we kicked it off with a heart pillow doesn't mean it has to be done in January or February for Valentine's Day. This could start whenever, right? Like, so no matter when you start, shops or customers, it doesn't matter.
Helen is asking if the hearts are cut out in the kit. So these aren't actually kits right now. Right now, it would just be the pattern and all the details a shop would need if they wanted to do kits. But the heart wouldn't necessarily be cut out. We do have a template for it, though, in the pattern. So it would be something that we could cut out. Whether or not a shop wanted to go as far as cutting all that out, probably that's up to them. But it's not an actual kit. These are just everything you need to do it.
Right. And the shops could create the kit for you. So
absolutely.
It's up to the shops how they do it. So our second month, we're going to do some fun little baby gifts. So we have these cute little teethers, right? We can all buy these little plastic kind of gummy toys at wherever. And then
they have those little wood beads too, like those plastic. They got all sorts of things.
Yeah, the wood beads. So we just have these cute little ties that you're going to learn how to do. So that just adds a little bit of sensory stuff for baby, right?
Oh, you can put crinkle in that too.
Yes,
some crinkle would be fun.
The pattern actually even mentions you could put crinkle in, so that's even in the pattern. So these guys have thought of everything, Shu.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of different patterns, right? With these. And then you get some cute little baby blankets. So like tuck them in the little car seat. And then of course the bigger ones, the bigger size.
I love this. It's just darling.
And they're just like wrong sides together, stitch it, turn it, stitch that little opening closed. It's just going to be so simple, but these are cloud cuddle, right?
Yep.
You know what's cool kind of about Cuddle Club? I'm just excited because sometimes you want to learn a new fabric and you don't want to do a great big project. Like we have great big quilts and strip quilts.
Right.
These Cuddle Club ones are just a little taste and just enough to wet your whistle and get you comfortable working with the fabric too. But
absolutely. And then
look, they're lovely. I mean, that's a darling gift.
I know. Isn't that so fun? And look, this one, you could even, if you do embroidery or something, you could personalize it for the baby. Yeah. It's just fun. And we all know people in our lives that are having babies.
Yes.
So fun gift. Okay. And then I love this one. This is.
Oh, I love this one.
Month number 3. So look at these beautiful stacking baskets. Oh, I shouldn't show you all of my notes on the bottom, but these are out of our quilting cuddle, right? And you guys, look how cute those are. I'm too high. Look at all of the cute fabric. So we're using.
I love these so much.
The whole line of, this is Cottage Rose in the seashell.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yep. And so you could use fat quarter packs. You could use yardage for this. I mean, and then there's 5 of them and they all stack inside of each other.
I'm going to show a picture really quick of what they look like stacked. There's a cute picture. Yeah. See, I mean, isn't that the most adorable thing you've ever seen? I think they're so cute. I started making one. I haven't finished it, but I started it. So you can see there's just soft and stable inside, and then we'll line it. And then the best part is the binding is Cuddle too. And so you guys all know how great binding is with Cuddle. You don't have to tuck it under and fiddle with it. It just comes right, over and you stitch it. So I've been wanting stacking baskets for years, constantly say I'm going to make them and don't actually get around to it. So I'm super excited that like this pattern is made so simple that I'm just making 3 at once. And so just get them banged out. And then it's a great project for like the monthly Cuddle Club.
Yeah.
And I know not everybody knows about quilting cuddles. And somebody asked, what is quilting cuddle? So Ginger, do you want to tell us what quilting
I can answer that question. I feel really confident in my answer for this. So quilting cuddle is a fabric that we have come up with that is a 1.5 inch nap or a pile, excuse me.
Millimeter.
1.5 millimeter. See, now maybe I'm not so confident in my answer. 1.5 millimeter pile, right? And it does have a little bit of nap, but it's our answer to what would be like quilting cotton. This you can piece with. It is phenomenal. It's, oh my gosh. And you don't lose the Shannon softness.
That's what I was worried about the most when they first announced Quilting Cuddle, or before we announced it and us ambassadors got some. Everybody kept saying, well, we've taken that C3 and taken the 3mm pile and dropped it down to 1.5. And I thought, oh, that's going to just take away so much of that softness that we love about the C3 Cuddle. And I was shocked the first time I touched it because it's just so silky soft, less stretch than a C3. So it makes it a little easier to handle. Getting those 1/4-inch seam allowances is super easy with the Quilting Cuddle. So it's just a really exciting fabric.
It is. Well, and for shops, it comes on a 45-inch bolt, so they can put it right in with their cottons.
Exactly.
Easy.
Yeah, well, that was the other big thing, was the 45-inch width instead of our, 58 to 60-inch width that we have for most of the Luxes and the C3. So that was a big deal too. Yeah.
Right. So, and it feels like a luxurious flannel is how I would describe it. Like it's like flannel, but flannel on steroids. Like
it's one of those things where I feel like it can easily replace flannel. Anywhere you have a quilting pattern for flannel, Quilting Cuddle will be perfect in there. It gives you that coziness. It's not going to shrink on you because it's still the polyester. Yeah, we love it. Someone was just asking if a shop starts the Cuddle club.
Yes.
They always will start with month 1, right? Like are they given all 12 months at a time? Are they given 1 month at a time? Like if a shop starts in April, will they still be able to start with the first project? So it's just, how does that part work?
Yep. So they can start with month 1 if they want. We're going to release our patterns a quarter at a time. So they'll get 3 months of patterns at a time. So depending on when they start in the process, they might have a few more patterns than if they started right now. And the shop really could pick and choose which pattern they want to start with. They don't necessarily have to do month 1 in month 1, right? They have 3 patterns and they can decide how they want to roll those out. So
someone was also asking the onesie fabric, what one was it? And it's the Highland Grid Cloud Cuddle. Now this one I think has a snow background, but I'm seeing it listed as penny now. It almost has like a greenish tone. So I just want to answer that question really quick. That's what that fabric is.
And it's a little bit different than this pattern.
It is. Now that's a digital cuddle, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one, I can look that one up really quick too. That's a digital cuddle.
I was going to say, I know I have a note.
The Highland cows are so popular and we just love them all so much. I love that one.
Yeah. Okay. So this is digital cuddle Helga.
Yeah.
Multi. Yeah. And then it is the C3 Merlot on the back.
That's a gorgeous contrast.
Isn't that so pretty?
Stunning?
I love it.
Just like makes a little girl, but better, right? Like it just elevates that little sweetness to it. For sure.
Catherine said that the Quilting Cuddle would make a nice lining or slip for a winter skirt.
Ooh,
so soft against your skin. That'd be great.
That would be lovely.
That would be amazing. I can just, I get chills just thinking about that.
I know, that would feel so good. Okay, and this one is.
I often line my kids' jackets with C3, but I've been wanting to do Quilting Cuddle instead, just because it'll be that little less thickness, but still that super softness. So I'm really excited. I didn't make new coats this year because the old ones still fit, but the next time I make them, I'm definitely going to do the Quilting Cuddle.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Okay, this one, I'm just going to tell you really quick. This is the DC Safari. So Digital Cuddle Safari Babies. And then C3 and Juniper.
Oh, I love that Juniper color.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone asked if they should use fabric softener when washing cuddle blankets, and that's pretty much the only thing we say no to. So it's a polyester fabric, whether it's Quilting Cuddle, Luxe Cuddle, C3, they're all polyester, and you don't want the fabric softener because it's going to end up starting to attach to those fibers, and it kind of makes it mucky looking. So that's the key when you're washing. You use a cool wash, and make sure your detergent doesn't even have fabric softener in it, because some of the detergents now just include fabric softener with them. So yeah, big no for that.
Yeah. And your cuddle will stay so soft like that. I know people think, well, it's not going to get that, it's, come out of the dryer with the same soft stuff. And it's like, it will. I put my blankets in my dryer just on air dry, like there's no heat, and in an hour they're dry and fabulously soft.
So someone says if someone accidentally used fabric softener, can you use the vinegar and baking soda wash to get it out? Now I have used just vinegar, not for fabric softener, but I have made some my Daybreak belt bag pattern that I've done before. That it's a what do you call it? The wear
Like a crossbody bag.
Belt bag, belt bag, crossbody. Yeah. And so I'm constantly petting it like all day long, and it's long pile. It's like the 2 or 3 millimeter. No, it's longer than that. It's one of the 15 to 20 millimeter piles. So it's just, you just want to touch it constantly. And so it started to just get like even just the oils from my hands. So I just soaked it in vinegar and water, gave it a good soak, and then ran it through the machine, and it came right back to, it's all of its glory. So I don't know if it would do the same if you had used fabric softener, but it had that fabric softener look to it where it just looked like whatever the oils and stuff had just attached to it. So I would try that. I don't know that the baking soda and vinegar is necessary. Like, I know it makes a fun reaction, but I don't know that that's really necessary to get it out, but certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard any tips at all about like what to do if you've done the
I have done I've done a couple of experiments, and I've kind of done it on purpose, and the vinegar is the way to go. And it's not a foolproof thing, because what happens when the polyester bonds with the chemicals that are in the fabric softener, it really is a bond. And so it's really hard to break that bond. And so you do have to use something acidic like vinegar to do it. And so it's a process, but we've talked to people all over the country. And so no matter what their water content is, just Cuddle and just regular detergent by itself is enough to get it clean. So don't add anything. I mean, I live where the water is super hard. Like our water comes from the limestone caves underground. So, and even still, it's nice and soft when it goes to the wash.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. I live where we have well water, and our water actually has a lot of sulfur in it. It stinks, but I don't have any problems just washing it in cold and then air drying it in the dryer.
Nice. And we need to say that too about drying too, because we don't have to use, a hot dry. Some of the textures of Cuddle, they're set with heat. And so you don't want to undo anything by adding too much heat. In person, I will tell you some of the little secrets that I do, because I have pets and dogs and all that, but I will use the heat. But I've tested my dryer, so I'm not going to, make something gorgeous and then just go melt it on purpose. So
right.
So Vanita's just she's actually asking about this pattern. I just want to show it really quick. This pattern is not available yet, Vanita. Vanita, I think you took a class with me, I think, if I remember correctly. I know you've been wanting this, and you're not the only one. I get asked about this all the time. This is a pattern that was developed by one of our other ambassadors. I love it. I keep all my sewing supplies in it, and I've been taking it around to classes. So everybody keeps asking. I will say the final version is out there and almost ready to go. And I promise you will get an email from me, Vanita, when it's ready. But anybody else that's looking for it, it will end up out in our learning center and Shannon Fabric's website. So it'll be a free pattern. We're super excited about it. And I believe we're going to be teaching some classes with it as well. Like, it's going to be a class that your shop can ask for, and we can come out and teach it. So great pattern.
And I'm really hoping, I'm going to go so far as to say in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be done. I really think it will probably be done next week.
It's very close.
But it's that's how close it is. So, we're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's and making sure every little word in there is correct.
Yes. And the exciting thing about this is that it can all be done on the serger. Now, it doesn't have to be a serger class. If a shop wanted to do it just with regular machine, they could do that as well. But this was all done on the Bernina serger, and the zipper, the piping. It's super exciting, fast, easy, fun class with quilting Cuddle. So it highlights the quilting Cuddle. I'm very excited about that.
Oh my gosh, that's really exciting. Really exciting.
It's got a lot of techniques in it that we haven't really played with before. So that'll be a fun one to get to play with for everybody. So
Well, and that's part of what's nice about the quilting cuddle is it's allowing us to do some of these fancier things that we might not bring as sort of a beginner class because you might have a little it might be a little bit more fussy to do it with one of our other cuddles. So but something with the quilting cuddle, I feel like it could be even just a beginner class because we've really taken it down to the basics there.
Yep. Kinsey asked about the oh, I lost it. Hang on, where did it go? Do you see it? Oh, will it start pilling if you wash it too often? And so, no, that's one of the nice things about Cuddle fabric is that it stays fluffy and nice, and it doesn't pill like some other polyester fleeces do. It doesn't pill. And I mean, we've tried quilting cuddle, we've tried C3 cuddle, the Luxe cuddles don't pill, and the new marshmallow cuddle doesn't pill as well. It's like they're just magical. I'm not gonna say they're magical. I'm saying they're magical. I mean, they're just great
It
fibers
feels
that
like
are really durable.
So if anybody's asking about marshmallow,
Mm-hmm.
myself on the bigger one. So this is the marshmallow fabric. It's thinner. This is two-sided because it was something I was trying out with it. So it's thinner, super duper stretchy in both directions. So this is fantastic for wearables. You're definitely going to see a lot more of what we're using the marshmallow for, but it's silky soft. I mean, just so soft. And it's just, I mean, all I want is just a full tracksuit out of this. And I mean, talk about the onesie. I mean, I may have said I'm not a onesie person, but I am not opposed to sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And that's going to be my road in is using the
Marshmallow
marshmallow.
onesies. Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, there was a marshmallow onesie in our 12 Days of Christmas, right, Sheila?
Yeah.
And so if you go back to those pictures, you can see. In fact, I think it was that same color, and it looks so cozy.
So good. I see a couple of our friends that have been in some of our other classes. So I was in class with Brenda in Colorado, and then Shay Shay is somebody locally that I know. So that's super fun.
Yes. So speaking of classes, as we said, you're our education manager, but also events manager, Ginger.
Yes.
So if people don't know, Ginger also oversees the ambassador program. So we all come to her and we're so excited that she's kind of banding us all together so that we can be out there serving you guys. So we can be out in the quilt shops. We can be here live teaching you guys how to use the fabric. So she's sort of in the background a lot, but she's wrangling all of us together all the time. But we all have events kind of around the country. We're getting more and more ambassadors all the time to reach out to be able to get to all the shops. But what do you think, coming in 2026, we didn't do quite as many classes last year. I think there was sort of a rebuilding year and we were trying to get quilting cuddle going and all that. But with all that here now, what do you think about events and classes and stuff for the upcoming year?
Oh my goodness, do we have so many things. So we still have our Cuddle Up with Bernina events going on, right? Yep. We're going to come up with Cuddle Up with Bernina Part 2. So for those of you who have taken Part 1, be looking for Part 2. I'm hoping that launches, I think Bernina U is like in June. So maybe if we can launch it in like July, maybe August time when kids go back to school and everybody's ready to get back to sewing, that would be fantastic. So be watching for that. Then we've got Cuddle Club going. We also have another program for shops that will teach shops how to be Cuddle pros that we're kicking off. So if you have a shop near you that sells Cuddle, we want them involved in that because then they can teach you all the amazing things about Cuddle, right? That they'll become a pro at Cuddle. We've got 3 quilting Cuddle classes. We've got the cute quilted bag, as Jer showed you. We've got a foundation paper piecing pillow, and then a fun medallion quilt. And I've got do a big shout out to Sheila and Ajer because both of them wrote a pattern for that program. So for those classes, so that's exciting. And then my job is just to keep adding more and more classes, more and more event type things with machine manufacturers. So this year is really going to take off. We're going to see lots and lots of fun things.
So if
I
you're
hope you guys are ready. Clear your schedules because you guys have to teach lots of classes.
Yeah, our schedules are already filling up with the classes. It's super exciting. It's super
Right.
exciting.
If you're looking for a class, so if anybody out there is looking for a class, Kristen put our list of classes. It's on the website on under shannonfabrics.com, classes and events, and you can see all of the classes for the next several months. So I know I'm teaching a class in a couple of weeks here in Ganado, Texas. Lisa Lewick, another one of our Cuddle ambassadors, is teaching tons of classes in the Indiana, Illinois, Ohio area. So, and we've added some new ambassadors, and so we're just going to be having more classes. So
there's going to be so much. And I forgot to tell you, we're going to start teaching at some shows too. So looking for some Shannon classes at Original Sewing and Quilting Expo. We'll be there. And then we're just hoping to just bring Cuddle all over the world, right? We're going to make every one of you Cuddle enthusiasts and get your friends as Cuddle enthusiasts, and just, whoever wants to.
That's a great idea. She's saying she would love an event where there could be a kit that's purchased that you could do it virtually. And I feel like that would be a great event that could be set up by a shop. Like if a shop wanted to make some kits and then have one of the ambassadors come in and teach it. We do have Zoom classes that we teach.
Yes.
So we could offer it virtually, and then you could just purchase the kit ahead of time from that shop. And that would be a great idea. And that would just be on a shop to kind of set that up with Shannon Fabrics. But we have done things like that in the past and would love to do it again. So that's a great option.
Yeah. So not only in person, but over Zoom. And then yes, with Cuddle Club, if you guys want a Cuddle ambassador to come help you kick that off, or to pop in virtually and help you kick that off, you just reach out to education@shannonfabrics.com and we will education@shannonfabrics.com and we will get you information about that.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Ginger. This is exciting. So you got to take a class recently, didn't you?
I did, you guys. So I will tell you a little secret. I know a little bit about machine embroidery, and then not a whole lot about sewing and other kinds of things. But I'm improving my sewing skills, right? I feel like I'm a really good, confident beginner. But I did get to go take the Cuddle Up Bernina class with Sheila as my teacher, and I learned how to use the serger. And you guys, why have I not been using a serger before? That I could not believe how much fun that was. And it was so easy. I have been so terrified of a serger because of that silly little knife. There's nothing to be afraid of. It was so fun.
That silly little knife was part of the magic of serging.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know Sheila and I are obsessed with sergers. This has been like the past year has been our Cuddle serger awakening. And so, I was so excited that Ginger was going to take this class. She came on board and like tried to insist that she was not a sewist. And we're all like, you will be in 5 minutes. And she is. And when she said she was taking the serger class, I was like, it's happening. It's happening.
Yes, and you did it.
One of us.
You made a scarf and you made a pillow and you made a blanket. You made them.
I know, I did. And I loved it. And now I'm like, okay, I have to have a serger at home, right? Like I'm just like, wow.
Yes, we all want them. So Megan asked a good question. Are all ambassadors quilt shop owners, and how do you get to be an ambassador? Now, no, we're not all quilt shop owners. I don't own a quilt shop at all. In fact, I don't even have really a local quilt shop that sells Cuddle. We're trying to rectify that. We've got some like an hour or so away, but I'd love something closer. But yeah, so there's a few different ways you can become an ambassador. You do have to apply. And then now, Ginger, is there a link out where people can, is that something that I heard? Did you put a link out there where people can apply?
Yes. So if you go to our website and then you kind of scroll all the way to the bottom and it says Cuddle Ambassadors and you click on that, it will take you, first of all, you get to see all of our amazing Cuddle Ambassadors. There's a little picture and bio on all of them, but then there's also a link there on how to fill out the application to become a Cuddle Ambassador. So the majority of our Cuddle Ambassadors do not own quilt shops. Some of them have worked in quilt shops. Some of them have their own little businesses doing patterns and that kind of a thing. But we would love to have more Cuddle ambassadors. So if you are interested, please go fill out that application, and then I will get back to you as soon as I can review it and ask lots of fun questions about your sewing experience and all that kind of stuff. But yes, we do need to grow this program. So if you are interested, fill that out.
Yeah, I don't see the link out there, but we can definitely fix that if was supposed to be out there where you said. But if it's not out there now, definitely it will be out there soon. And if people are super interested, I mean, could they email you if it's not working? Or it's there. She found it. She found the link.
There's the link right there. But yes, you could email me, ginger@shannonfabrics.com, if for some reason you can't get the link, and I will send you the link so that you can fill that out.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. And I'll say, I mean, as a Cuddle ambassador, like you have kept us all busy. Like I think there's 30 Cuddle ambassadors right now, and we're all going and blowing. And there are like more than 3,000 quilt shops in America. There's plenty of room. There is plenty of room. So don't feel like, there's already so many ambassadors, there's no room for me, because there are big chunks of the country that are not covered with Cuddle ambassadors. And so we want to help. We welcome you to apply and be one of us. So
100%. Yes. So
one of the great things is that we kind of all specialize in different things too. And so, yeah, Stephanie, great question. What does a Cuddle ambassador do? We all kind of do different things. Our main thing is that we love to share the love of Cuddle. I mean, we want to share and have everybody sewing Cuddle. We love it so much that we want it in your hands. And so whether that's through education, whether it's through sewing stuff behind the scenes that then gets used in all the photography all the photography to promote it. If it's even just being a sounding board for the upcoming projects. I mean, there's just so many ways of being behind the scenes as an ambassador. If you're not comfortable on camera, that can be fine. You don't ever have to be in front of a camera. I mean, there's just tons of different ways that we have people behind the scenes. Is there anything I'm leaving out, Ginger? Like something you see an ambassador doing that maybe people haven't thought of?
We use Cuddle ambassadors that help manage our social media. They help with pattern design. They sew our projects. There's so many different ways that a Cuddle ambassador can contribute to the program without ever having to be on screen or even teach a class in person if you're not comfortable with teaching, but you love Cuddle and you just want to work with Cuddle all the time. So many opportunities for people to join us.
And I will say, as an ambassador, that Shannon is a fantastic company to work for. We are very well treated. We are compensated. I know a lot of people hear the word ambassador, especially in the sewing industry, and you can think of it as just, hey, someone's going to send you some fabric and just for free, you're going to make something and try to promote it. And that's not how Shannon operates. They pay us to do things. So they really value us, and it's, it makes you want to be a part of the conversation, be a part of the company. So it is, it's when you hear the word ambassador, sometimes like it's a different connotation. So there is an application process, but if it's something you think you're interested in, definitely apply. I encourage it.
Yeah. I do too. And part of working with Shannon is Shannon's mission is to make the world a softer place. And I feel like we really get to do that in a very tangible way. And so that means a lot to me, because getting Cuddle into people's hands and then helping them be comfortable working with the fabric and using it in their life, like there's not a whole lot that's better than that.
It's true. It's true. I mean, it's like the softest fabric in the world, right? Like who doesn't want to work with that? And then make beautiful things with it to give to others to make it even softer. So yeah.
Okay, Ginger, we got to ask you a couple more questions because we need to get to know you a little bit better. So tell us, what's your favorite of, there's so many different colors of C3 solids. What's your favorite color in C3?
In C3. Well, you guys, I'm a lavender girl. So I do really love the lavender colors, and then, pink. And I can't think of what the lavender color is right now off the top.
I like this one is Bellflower, I think. It's one of the colors, and I just think it's so pretty.
Yes.
I go hot and cold with lavender, and that one, some reason, like I'm just drawn to it. I think that's Bellflower.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite digital print or a quilting Cuddle print yet?
Oh my gosh, you know what? I love the little monsters. That was one of the first ones that I saw when I started working at Shannon. I wish I had it right here with me. But oh my gosh, the little monsters are just, it has my heart.
It's really cute.
Yeah, it's such a fun one.
Okay, one more question about Cuddle and your favorites.
Okay.
So of the Luxe Cuddle textures, which Luxes are thicker, it's between 10 to 40 millimeters thick. What's your favorite Luxe Cuddle texture so far?
Well, bunny. I'm gonna have to say bunny because
a lot of good bunnies last week that Julie showed.
Oh yeah, bunny is such a good one. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm
gonna stick with bunny.
It's good to know what tickles your brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I really love that silky hand feel to bunny and the quilting cuddle and stuff. Like that's really silky feel just is lovely to me.
Yeah. Have you felt Vienna yet?
Yes,
Vienna is my favorite. I go back and forth, I just love them all, but Vienna, there's something about Vienna that subtle texture. I have a coat made out of it, and it's like never.
I was gonna say you probably never want to take that off.
No, I wear it all winter. So
Kathy asked a good question. She was asking about the pillows in your background, Ginger. Are those Cuddle?
They are Cuddle. So this is made, I will pull them down. Oh, just dropping things. Okay, so this is made with quilting Cuddle. So this is the Cottage Rose Lane, right? And the seashell version. And this pattern is the Prism Glass Pillow. And it's Pillow Talk by Etta Sitar of Laundry Basket Quilts. So that's quilting Cuddle.
That is so cute. And I love the quilting texture on top of the quilting design, the patchwork.
It's so pretty.
Like if you look at the back, I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we can see that. Yep, we can see the quilting in there.
Isn't that just stunning?
It really is gorgeous.
Oh, it's just beautiful. Beautiful. So that's the one pattern. And then let me grab the other one. And I don't know what this pattern is. I was looking at it earlier. I know Lisa made this, but it's those sweet little hearts. And I think some of this is the Cottage Rose Lane. And then I think these are some of the quilting Cuddle solids.
Yes, they are quilting Cuddle, and they're little teeny tiny pieces. So you can see in there like just how small that quilting Cuddle she's able to manage with. See, look at those teeny tiny little triangles. And so it's all 1/4-inch seams. I mean, it just turned out gorgeous. Lisa did a great job on that.
Stunning. And I'm going to show you the back of this pillow because I love what she did here. The details with the snaps.
Yes.
It's so gorgeous too. And I love this color. I think this is the seashell color.
It is. And it's one of my favorites. That's the seashell.
And it's like the prettiest corally pink. It just soft. So
that's really pretty. And that's it. And I know Lisa probably made all of the naps going in the same direction, which is kind of a technique. We love to do that to make sure all the naps go down so that when you're cutting it, it's all the same, just down. It's very soothing to do that.
Oh, it is, right? Like I just want to, pet it.
Well, let's see. Laura just said that's made by Susan Hayes. Susan
Hayes.
Okay. Oh, making that similar. Okay, thank you, Laura. Pattern is by Little Heart Pillow.
Cute. Oh, I thought that was the one that Lisa did. She must have done a different one.
Yeah.
She must be.
I will give a shout out to Susan. Susan is an amazing quilter. So her piecing and quilting is phenomenal.
It really is.
It really is. Yeah.
So thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for correcting us on that.
Well, there's no end to what we're coming up with for what we're using for quilting Cuddle. I mean, not only just quilts and quilting, obviously, but for garments and for baby things and just little. I made a great
many fun things. I will say that's another job.
Lisa said she did make the one in your hands. I thought she had because she had sent me some pictures of it.
Oh, okay.
Susan must have made
a different one, but Susan's work is outstanding too.
Yeah. Okay. You're all phenomenal. And I will say that's one of the things about Cuddle Ambassadors that we didn't talk about is we give the Cuddle Ambassadors the job of trying to break things. So like how thick of Cuddle can you sew through? What can't you do with Cuddle? And And that's their job, is to break something and then say, oh, well, that didn't work. But it's not very often that we get to a breaking point with Cuddle.
Mhm. It's constantly testing the limits. Like, how
Mhm.
far can I go this way? What's okay? Well, that might have been too far. So now I can encourage people to go right up to that limit and not any further.
Right.
Like, even if it didn't break, maybe it was tricky, maybe it was a little too hard. It's
Mhm.
always testing the waters of what can we do with this
Yep.
to make it easy for you
100%.
guys.
Yeah. So that's kind of the fun things, is like just letting your imagination run wild
Mhm.
with what can I do with it? And then, oops, I can't do that.
Let us break it so that you don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. So Sheila, show us what you have in your hand.
So I made a big, so your pillows, I guess those are about 18 by 18 inches. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
24 by
I
24
love it.
one.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
Look at this fabric, y'all. This is Quilting Cuddle also. This is the stone wash line. And so it's
Oh,
these beautiful, not really grungy, but kind of, there's like paisleys, and it kind
Yep.
of feels like a really lovely carpet. But I am so obsessed with these colors. And
It's so
again, I
pretty.
put one of those dreamy pillow forms in it. So this one's
Mhm.
24 by 24. And oh, I love this so much. But look at, with Quilting Cuddle, all of my points are so pointy.
Yes.
And so that's something that's super fun. So with regular C3 Cuddle and with Luxe, because of the nap, the fibers, it's hard. You can get crisp points, but it's hard to see them because your pile is so big. But with Quilting Cuddle, we can get nice crisp points. We get great texture in the quilting, just like we do with Cuddle. But it's just fun to be able to play with this on another little dimension. So Quilting Cuddle, pillows, nice and squishy. Oh, I love this.
Yeah. And
I just got,
Cuddle, we
I
have
just got
lots
the
of
Stonewash pack. Let me put
Mhm.
you can see
the
it.
fat quarter pack.
It's the fat quarter pack of the Stonewash. I was trying to be in there.
Nice.
It's not letting me go in there. But anyway, you guys can see, like, they're just such pretty colors. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I think I was moving it at the same time as they were. But
And
it's
Alex
just,
is moving. Now we're all just touching.
we're all just adding each other, but it's okay. You guys get the picture. So we do
Mhm.
sell the fat quarter packs. So it's a nice way to get a good sampling of all the different fabrics.
Mhm.
But I also wanted to say, what Sheila was saying about the points. So this is, there's no pillow inside it right now, but this is the foundation paper piecing pattern that we were talking about. And that's going to be a class as well. This is the 6-inch version that I just did 4 times around the pillow. So the class will be a 12-inch version of just that, one quadrant. But you can see just how pointy everything is. Now this is foundation paper piecing, so it's a little easier to get the points, but the whole thing has all the fabric going in the same direction so that you can just pet it the whole time. So part of the class is sort of the technique to get everything facing all the right direction. I think I might have even done a live on that at some point. I can't remember. I know I did a video, but I might have also done a Sew Together live with that pattern. It's been so long now, who knows? But Quilting Cuddle is really exciting to get us to that next level of those sharp points, amazing. Marshmallow would be great for pillows. I feel like marshmallow would be better for like a pillowcase, like something you would sleep on every night. Like it would make a really, really nice pillowcase because it has that sort of oh, Sheila, what are the big stuffed animals the kids are obsessed with?
Squishmallow.
Squishmallows. My kids are obsessed with them. It's got that type of a feel to it. And I keep seeing all these like Squishmallow pillows and stuff out there. And my youngest actually uses a Squishmallow for her pillow. And so I feel like it would be great for that type of pillow, super easy to make. I don't know that it would be a great option in something like what Sheila showed with all those points and stuff, because it's so stretchy. It's stretchy in both directions, and it would be soft and feel nice, but it would be a little trickier to work with to get the points. And it's almost like a waste of what it can do because it is so like it should be using for something that like the draping on a regular pillow, just like to sleep on, or clothing or something. So
it just means that we haven't explored all of the things it can do yet, and it's brand new. We just got our hands on it.
Yeah.
So we don't yet know how far we can push it. So that's kind
We're
of.
pushing it. You guys will find out soon.
Shauna asked a good question. What is the best thread to use for sewing Minky? And that's a great question because I don't know that we've said it, but Minky is 100% polyester fabric. And so when we're using a polyester fabric, we want to stick with a polyester thread. It'll be a lot stronger than a cotton thread. So if you're a quilter and you're used to using cotton thread, you want to think about using polyester thread for your Cuddle sewing because the cotton thread can snap when you stretch it, and Cuddle has a little bit of a stretch. So you don't want your threads to snap. Did I say, yeah, Cuddle has stretch. The polyester thread has just a little bit of a stretch. It's not stretchy like elastic, although you can get elastic thread. You don't need to use that for sewing with Cuddle, but you just want something that it'll match up a little bit better. So polyester thread with your polyester fabrics. That's what we generally say.
And then Patricia was asking, does it matter which serger you use when you take a Cuddle class? Well, it depends on the Cuddle class you're taking. So if you're taking just a regular serger class with Shannon Cuddle, we definitely can make a class that's just sergers. The classes we've been teaching are called Cuddle Up with Bernina, and they're a serger class specifically designed to work with the Bernina L8 series sergers. So those classes are at Bernina shops, and we are teaching all the projects on those specific machines. But again, you can use any kind of serger to serge with Cuddle, and we can have classes out there at shops that aren't specific to a certain brand. So you would want to contact your shop. They could get in touch with Shannon and get a class going for, pretty much any type of serger out there.
Yeah. And the Cuddle Up with Bernina classes, the shops provide the sergers, so you don't have to drag your serger from home, and you get to use these world-class top-of-the-line machines, which is just fun. Lots and lots of fun.
And that's the class that Ginger just took with Sheila, was Cuddle Up with Bernina. So she was using a Bernina specific machine for that. And then someone, just while we're on the topic of sergers, someone was asking if the Cuddle dust was terrible with sergers. And that was sort of the fear in the beginning is, are we just making a bigger mess here because we're cutting as we're sewing? But shockingly, all of that Cuddle dust goes right into the little Bernina bin that's attached to it. And it just sort of goes right into it. It doesn't fly up in the air. The serging seam has contained any of like the stuff that might have fallen off. So really it doesn't make the mess that you would think it would. I've been very impressed with how little mess it actually makes.
Yeah. I was shocked at how much little mess it makes. It was
because you think it's just going to explode and you're just going to
yeah. Okay, I saw a question I can answer. I saw somebody ask a question about what kind of needle do you use?
Oh, yes.
And I know the answer to this one. We love a Schmetz 9014 stretch needle.
Yes.
So you want to use a stretch needle because polyester has a little bit of stretch in it. And so then it moves with your fabric instead of like piercing your fabric.
Yep. It's a knitted fabric. So we use a stretch needle to go between the fibers so that it doesn't cause a run. Not that Cuddle, I've never made it run, but it's a knit. And when you use a knit, when you're sewing with a knit, you want to use a stretch needle. There are ballpoint needles. They have a little bit more rounded point than the stretch needles generally, but the stretch is it's really the perfect needle to use for Cuddle. And that's whether you're using a sewing machine or a serger. And I will say though, so the one time there's an exception because I want to tell you, but here's the time where you'd break that rule. If you're doing machine embroidery, I just use my 75-11 or 80-12 needles, depending on what I'm making. So I don't worry about stretch or non-stretch on the embroidery machine. But that's the only time I break that rule.
Yeah.
And Sheila's a rule breaker. So if she was going to break it, she'd break it.
Exactly. And I'm Kenzie, I'm not necessarily using different size needles, but because Cuddle is a heavier fabric, we want to use that 9014 needle. Yeah. That'll give your machine the best chance when it's sewing it. So sometimes if your machine is struggling, the first thing that I do, I used to, way back when I didn't know as much as I know now, and there's still lots of things I don't know, but changing your needle or changing the type of needle that you have in can really fix a whole lot of issues that you may be experiencing when you sew. So there are just lots and lots of different kinds of needles. So I recommend taking a sample of the fabric that you're sewing and then going to your local quilt store, showing them that, and then see what they suggest. But you can always ask online too when you're sewing with Cuddle fabrics. We have been using the 9014 stretch needle with Quilting Cuddle, with C3, with Lux Cuddle, and our Marshmallow is you using it with Marshmallow?
I've been using 9014 to stretch. Yep. And mostly with Marshmallow, I've been on the serger, but yep, 9014 stretch. I feel like you can't go wrong with it. It seems like you're kind of going at it full force, whether you're doing Lux or Marshmallow, the thick to the thin. But I feel like it's just a safe bet. You're not going to get the skip stitches you might if you were using a different needle.
Yep. Those skip stitches are kind of like the clue. If you get skip stitches and you're already using a stretch needle, then it's time to change your needle.
Yeah.
Because even the stretch needles can get dull. Let's see. Does the quilt block you showed all pet the same way? Well, if you're talking about the one that I'm holding up, so yes, it all pets the same way. I'm very proud of that because I'm not necessarily a precision piecer. The ones that Ginger has, because I know Lisa made one, and if Susan made the other one, I'm quite sure that all those pieces pet the same way.
They do all pet the same way.
And this one did too, the foundation paper piecing, because
we love that.
So that one, they all pet the same way.
It really tickles the brain in a special way when your nap's all laying down flat. It's not like I have to, but on yours, because you've got some solid pieces, you'll actually see a difference in the way the light hits those solids when you pat it one way or the other.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's not just about the petting, it's about the nap. So it can just show up totally different depending on which way it's petted. And also, I like when that technique is allowing it to go all the same direction. It also works great for directional prints. So, we're not just talking about nap here, we're talking about directional prints too. You can have all your prints going in the same direction with the same techniques.
Right. Yeah. Diane says you need to know the rules so you can break the rules. Exactly. That's my motto. Okay. So we talked about classes. We talked about Quilting Cuddle. We talked about Marshmallow. We talked about Ginger being here, which we're super excited about. The next thing that we're going to have is we've got some more live events coming up. So the first week of February is that right? No.
Next week.
Next week. Azir's going to do a project. So Azir, tell us what you're going to do for Sew Together Live.
I'm making a backpack. So I've made this backpack several times before, different, every year I make backpacks for the girls. And with Cuddle, it's the Veda backpack from Stila, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So we'll have links to that next week. I'll have some step outs, so it won't, we won't be sitting here for 4 hours trying to make the entire backpack, but I'll go into any of the little parts that would make you hang up, or, any issues you have there. I've got some bells and whistles I'm adding on, like some fun details on it. So I'm excited about that. And that pattern's great because it comes in several different sizes. So I'm using Quilting Cuddle for that. I'll show you what I'm using. Oh, so excited. It's one of the new Quilting Cuddles. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm not going to show you all the accents we're doing, but that's the main fabric. I was just sent that. So I've got some that's already cut out, but that's a new pack that I was sent to, so I could do some step outs. But it's so gorgeous, you guys. I cannot wait for next week to show you that.
Yeah. Margie asks, can you use your Cuddle to make a simple jacket?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've made lots and lots of coats with Cuddle. We can even, if you want to go simple, you could just do something really like straightforward. Lux Cuddle, C3, Quilting Cuddle would be great. I've seen Quilting Cuddle. Oh yeah, Teresa Coates did a Quilting Cuddle coat here last week, the week before. Recently, she did a live with the coat. So yeah, definitely possible.
Yeah. Somebody asked, is there a memory bear pattern that you recommend for using with Lux Cuddle fabrics? And yes, there's a lot of good bear patterns. Those memory bears, they're just really wonderful to use. I know Ben, the beginner bear from Funky Friends Factory, is a good pattern that a lot of people have had success with their Cuddle fabric. There is the raindrop bear, which is a little bit less of a memory bear shape, but it's an Easy Bear from Rustic Horseshoe. That's a really good bear too. But there's no stuffed animals are great with Cuddle because Cuddle stretches just a little bit, so you can get nice round bellies and nice curves with the knit fabric. So yeah, I love using Cuddle for any memory bear kind of things. So let's see. Somebody asked, how do you use Cuddle for a quilt binding, or do you carry something just for the binding? Julie, that's a great question. Because we do love to bind our quilts with Cuddle, whether it's a Cuddle quilt or a cotton quilt that we've just used Cuddle or Lex Cuddle on the back. And we've got a tip sheet over on the Shannon Fabrics website that has all of the specifications for binding your quilts with Cuddle, no matter what kind of Cuddle you're going to do. But it has cutting instructions and measurements of how wide we do our binding, because we do a single fold binding or a single binding, not a double fold like you normally do with cotton. And it's wonderful. It's so good. And it makes a nice edge that's really nice to hang on to if you're somebody that likes to hang on to the edges of your quilt. But yeah, it's really good.
I also have a video out in the Shannon Fabrics YouTube page that shows how to do the binding. So on the Shannon Fabrics YouTube page, if you go to the playlists, there's the Cuddle Studio. And so in Cuddle Studio, there's a whole bunch of basic videos for anything you're trying to do with Cuddle. And one of them was specific to binding. So we binded with C3 and I think with Lux, and we talked about all the different scenarios. So that's a great resource as well.
Yeah. Yep. I see Michelle's comment about using solid quilting Cuddle for a pattern. We've got some tips for cutting your Cuddle that may be useful to you, because we don't want you to have a mess and we don't want you to be overwhelmed by it. Can be a mess if you cut it and you cut it a certain way, or with a rotary cutter, then you're giving it a haircut. So those little fibers will get everywhere. But we've got some great tips on cutting Cuddle that they don't eliminate it completely, but they make a lot less mess. So this morning I was cutting out this Encore, which has quite a long pile and it's very dense. So there is a lot of fiber. And I cut it with my Olfa. I think it's still in the dining room, but it's an Olfa SAC1 blade. That's one of our number one tips for cutting, is to use a blade instead of your scissors or a rotary cutter, because then you don't get Cuddle dust everywhere. And so, like, I don't have a big mess to clean up in my dining room, even though I used, well, I mean, it's over here on my floor because I was dumping out my serger bin really fast while I was serging this morning, but that was the only mess that I have for it. And then Agere, yeah, this is another tool to deal with them. The
This
Cuddle
is our best friend. It's our little best friend. Just all you do is whatever you've cut, that edge that you cut, suck it up with a vacuum cleaner. You'll see my bin is full of Cuddle, and the dust is gone. Like, so whether it's quilting Cuddle, Lux Cuddle, C3, every time I cut, I just, and I, suck up the edge, because all that dust is just what you've cut. So it's the Cuddle dust that you have cut off of the pile. It's not going to continue to spread. It's not coming from the middle. It's not getting loose somehow. There's no fraying. So if you just suck that all up, then you don't have to think about it when you go over to your machine. So this little guy is like my favorite.
Yep. And the second thing Michelle said was that her fabrics were slipping against each other. And Michelle, that's just a function of the fibers pushing against each other. So any fabric that has a nap or a pile, it has fibers sticking up from the backing, is going to do that. It's going to either push against each other or rub against each other a certain way as you're trying to pin it. And so one of the things that we also do as Cuddle enthusiasts is we teach you how to control that slippage so that you don't have so much slippage. We use pins, we use wonder clips, we pin a certain way. We use lots and lots and lots of pins when we pin, so we can stay in control. We become control freaks to keep track of it, because it is slippery, and it's just a function of working with fabrics with a nap. And so it's not impossible, but there are tricks, and so that's what we like to tell you to do. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you've got a few tips down, it's pretty easy. Agere, let's make a note. Maybe one of our Cuddle conversations is just going to be a quick Cuddle 101 so that we can go through this. Because, I mean, even I'll be sewing something, and I've been sewing with Cuddle for 6 years now, maybe a little longer. And, I forget, and I'll do something. I just fall back into an old pattern because I've been sewing for so long. Sometimes I think, oh, I know better. I don't have to do it like that, or I just forget. And so it's good to have a reminder. Yeah.
She was also asking, can you show how to pin? I'm just going to show really quick.
Yeah.
So normally when we're pinning Cuddle, we do talk about double pinning, and we do one row that's horizontal, and then the next row is parallel to the edge. So with the quilting Cuddle, because it's a little bit different, it's low pile. So normally we would say, do it like this along the edge. Well, I've found that with quilting Cuddle, this diagonal has worked great because you can really control up here, where my finger is there, that slipping on the edge. So if we're doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, which most quilting will have a 1/4 inch seam allowance, you really want to make sure that edge is nice and tight together. So you can do that this way. Now, when I do the regular, normally we'd pin this way so we can take them out as we go along, and then we put another row down here. And that works great for me with all the Luxe Cuddles, C3 even, but getting close enough to the edge so that it's not moving in that 1/4 inch seam allowance. I've had a little bit of trouble with this, doing it this way, and it's wanting to shift. So I've started for the quilting Cuddle doing it off the edge like that. So that might be something you want to try. Just kind of experiment with it. I feel like that's part of the fun of Cuddle, is that there's a lot of things, because it does have a little stretch to it. It is more forgiving than you think it's going to be. Sorry, my camera just, yeah. So it's more forgiving than you think it's going to be, but yeah, just play with it. I wouldn't jump right into some big project if you haven't ever stitched with it before. And like Sheila was saying, we do have lots of videos out there about the basics, and it would be fun just to do a really quick basics conversation, because that's what we're here for, is to go through all of those problems so that you don't have to, because we don't want you having a mess, and we don't want you disappointed in your project. And it does take just a few little things that may take some extra time. So you may feel like, oh, I personally, and I think Sheila's with me too, like, I am not a pinner generally. I don't pin. I normally do clothing, especially for my girls, and I just throw it through the sergers at the speed of light. Like, I don't even think about it. I just, bathing suits, everything, I just throw them in, and magically they come out somehow correctly on the other end. But when it comes to Cuddle, I've learned to really take that time and add that extra step of pinning or clipping, whatever works for you. It's worth the extra time.
Yeah, these are all great questions. Thank you all so much for engaging with us, sharing, and for asking our questions, because that helps us. We're not just talking to each other, we're answering the questions that you have. So thank you so much. We have some winners. Look at our winners. So we've got Rita Kilbargo, Luis Palter-Shari, and Denise Franklin Bardsley. If you gals will email info@shannonfabrics.com, put your name, shipping information, and your phone number in there, and then put in your subject line live winner, then we will get you some Cuddle so that you can make something beautiful. So it's we're so excited that you'll have Cuddle in your hands, and we can't wait to see what you make. And just as a reminder, if you're not already in our I Love Cuddle Fabric Facebook group, we'd love to have you in there. Not only do we go live here on the main Facebook page as well as on YouTube once a week, but we have a 24/7 help group. So it's called I Love Cuddle Fabric. Ajer and I and Ginger and all of the other Cuddle ambassadors and a ton of Cuddle enthusiasts are in there. So if you have a question, or you want to show off your project, or you're just curious about Cuddle fabric, we'd love to have you in there with us. Anything else that you would add about the Cuddle Facebook group, Ajer, Ginger?
I mean, I just love it because it's a fun place to go. Like, if I just want to scroll for a little bit, want to take a break, I go in there because everybody's super encouraging. If you post something you've worked on in there, I mean, Facebook can be a mean place sometimes, and I will tell you that there's nothing mean in that group. Everybody's super encouraging. They love seeing other projects too, just to say, I mean, they all love Cuddle. That's where they're there, right? So it's just a fun, encouraging place to be. Sheila, you were talking about live stuff coming up, and we stopped with my backpack because I got so talking about the backpack. What other lives do we have coming up? I just want to be able to tell people so they know what's coming up.
Okay, so the last week of the month is our bag. So Azer's doing the backpack for our bag one. And then February, close to my heart, is National Embroidery Month. So we're going to be doing an embroidery project that first week of February. And it's this cute little Cuddle cube. Maybe you've seen a Cuddle cube before, but we're going to do embroidery on it. So we're going to put the letters for love and a little heart on it. I'm going to show you how to embroider it and sew it up together. And it'll just be fun. Quick little project, but it maybe whet your appetite for other things that you could put on your Cuddle. So I love combining techniques. So we're going to do embroidery month. And then after that, the second Tuesday of the month is always a product showcase. So Julie and Annette and Diana will show us new fabrics that they're coming out with. And so that's always a very exciting week. And then like every month, and we have Cuddle Conversation again, and then we'll have another bag at the end of February. So we've always got something fun to share with you on a Tuesday, 10 o'clock Pacific,
10:30.
10:30.
Yep. All the way to 1:30 Eastern time if you want to do your time zones in there every Tuesday. So
yep, I'm excited. So our Cuddle Conversation next month is going to be Luxe Cuddle. Everything you want to know about Luxe Cuddle. Now we have, so I saw someone earlier say, I wish there was something that Shannon could send us that has a sample of what all the fabrics are. And let me tell you, there are so many fabrics out there that it's nearly impossible. But with all the different kinds of Luxe that we have, we're going to be here next month to answer all of your Luxe questions. We'll show you lots of different types. We'll talk about what you can do with Luxe Cuddle. So save any and all of your Luxe Cuddle questions for us. The third Tuesday of February, we'll be here having a great Cuddle Conversation about Luxe Cuddle.
Yep. Yeah. And if your quilt shop locally doesn't carry Cuddle, just go in there and mention it, kind of drip on them, say, you've heard about Cuddle, you'd like to get your hands on some. But then you can also come join us at those OSQE events, because we'll have the Cuddle there. There'll be shops with the Cuddle in their booth. So you'll be able to it's worth it to get out to a show like that, because there's things that you just have never experienced before that you could get to see. So we'd love to see you there. Yeah. And those are open to everybody.
And then find your local Cuddle Club, right? That's what we came to talk about. So find your local Cuddle Club. And if your shop isn't signed up yet, get them signed up.
Yep. Okay. Anything else, Ajer?
I think that's good for us today. We're excited to have you, Ginger. Thank you so much for playing along and joining us. We're really excited to have you.
Oh, it was so fun to be here. So fun.
We're so excited. Well, everybody, thank you all for joining us, and tune in next time to see Ajer talk about the Stila backpack, the Veda backpack from Stila, and we will see you all soon. So happy sewing, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.